Assalamu alaikum, grade 4. Hope so you are fine. So now let's start reading with the remaining chapter. Okay, now open page number 3. On page number 3, we did the topic ear and we did the topic stomach. So today's our topic is today we are going to read about lungs. So lungs is our internal organs. Why these are internal? Because these are present inside our body. Again, we can't touch them, we can't see them, okay, and we cannot move them. So now just start reading with me. There are two lungs in our body located on the left and right side of our chest. The left lung is smaller than the right lung. They are protected by the rib cage. The function of lungs is to help us breathe. So, what is the meaning of this thing? How many lungs are present in our body? We have two lungs, left lung and right lung. These both lungs are present in our chest. And one important factor is that which things come in your objective. Which lung is smaller? The left lung is smaller than the right lung. As I told you, we have two lungs, right lung and left lung. And which lung is smaller? Our left lung is smaller than the right one. And they are protected by the rib cage. As I told you, in our all internal organs are vital organs. They are all very delicate organs. They are very sensitive organs. So that's why they are protected by the rib cage. And what is the function of lungs? The function of lungs is to help us breathe. They help us in our breathing process. Breathing means taking air in the lungs and sending carbon dioxide out. A human being breathes in about 10,000 liters of air every day. This thing is very important. Please do underline. How much human being can breathe in a single day? A human being can breathe about 10,000 liters of air every day. What does this mean? This means that breathing means taking air in the lungs. We have in the breathing process we have two steps. First is inhaling of air and then the exhaling of in air. Inhaling means to take air inside our lungs and exhale means to get rid of that air. So lungs help us to take fresh air that add oxygen to the body and get rid of stale air. Underline the word stale. What is the meaning of stale? Stale means the air which is not fresh. Stale air means stale air is that air which is opposite to fresh air. The air which is not fresh, our old air. So how does lungs perform their function? Lungs help us to take fresh air. First of all, we are supposed to take fresh air in our lungs and this fresh air has oxygen in it, and after processing our body will get rid of this stale air, which means old air, and the stale air contains carbon dioxide. The air that we are going to inhale in our lungs, they have oxygen, while the air that we are going to exhale out, they have carbon dioxide. When we breathe in, oxygen gets into the lungs from the air and the lungs expand. As I told you, whenever we will get the oxygen from outside, then our lungs will expand. This is like you can see, you can take help from my palm. This is the contraction and this is expansion. This will contract and this will expand. Expand means to get bigger. The oxygen is then transferred into the blood and pumped around the body. As you know, all body parts needs oxygen. So then this oxygen is transferred into the blood. As you know, our blood is pumped to all other parts of the body. So this oxygen will be pumped with the help of the blood to all other remaining parts of the body. When we breathe out, we get rid of carbon dioxide as it is not needed by the body. So what does this mean? This means carbon dioxide is our waste material. So that's why we get rid of this. Okay. Then lungs disorder. Lungs disorder means lungs diseases. So we have two types of lung disorders. Number one is bronchitis, bronchitis, bronchitis. Bronchitis is the disease of the lungs. You can see from this diagram, here we have two bronchioles, and you can see there is a trachea. Trachea means wind pipe. Okay, and the disease that we have in our lungs is bronchitis, because we have two bronchioles. And then asthma. Asthma means the problem in our breathing process. So these two are the disorder of the lungs. Now switch to next page. On page number 4, our next topic is brain. Okay, brain. So brain is also again an internal organ. Okay, it is an internal organs. Brain is the control center of our body. It is a delicate part which is protected by the skull. Underline the word delicate. delicate. Delicate means very sensitive. Okay, as I told you, this is internal organ, so it means there is something which protects it. So it is protected by the skull. Okay, the brain in the skull processes and stores all the information just like a computer. Our brain keeps on working even when we are sleeping. So what's the meaning of this thing? Our brain is continuously on working position. So okay, it is just like a computer. It works even when you are in a sleeping mode. So the function of brain is to continuously on working. Okay, it receives different information from all organs as eyes, ears, etc., and reads each message and decides how the body should respond. Respond means like to give response to something. Okay, your reaction. Respond means your reaction that you are supposed to do against your action. So okay, so brain is the thing, as I told you, our all body organs are connected with the brain. So brain is continuously receiving information from all other organs of the body. They can receive different information from eyes, ears, etc., and it can receive at every time. Okay, even when you are sleeping. The brain has three main parts. For example, now underline the words cerebrum, 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 cerebellum, 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 brainstem, and then cerebrum. Okay, so please underline these three words. Our brain is divided into three parts, and these parts are cerebrum, cerebellum, and brain stem. You can see this diagram. From this diagram you will get to know that our brain is divided into how many parts? Three parts. The largest one is cerebrum, and this here comes the cerebellum, and this is brain stem. So our brain is divided into three parts: cerebrum, brain stem, and cerebellum. Now let's start moving. Cerebrum. Now we are going to read about the function of these three parts. Cerebrum is the largest part of brain, and it controls memory, speech, thoughts, and feelings. You will get to know from this diagram. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. And what is the function of cerebrum? What is the function of this part of the brain? Its function is to control our memory. Okay, its function is to control the speech processing, like when we have to speech, what we have to speech, all these things are controlled by this portion of the brain. Okay, it can control our thoughts, it can control our feelings, it can control our emotions. Then the next part is cerebellum. Here's the cerebellum that is present at the bottom of the cerebrum. What is the function of cerebellum? Cerebellums help to maintain our balance, control movements, and makes our muscles move together. From this line you will just simply get to know that it is the control of our muscles. So if we have control our muscles, so definitely we can control our movement. So when we have to move our muscles, when we have to move our legs, when we have to move our arms, when we have to move our body, all these things, all these movement are controlled by cerebellum. This thing is responsible to maintain our balance and control our movement of different muscles. And the last part is brain stem. What is the function of brain stem? It connects the brain to the rest of the body. Okay, so this brain stem is connected to the remaining organs that are present in our body. So what are the brain disorders? Brain disorders means what are the diseases of brain? Brain hemorrhage, HEMORRHAGE. Make store on it. This will be important for your objective portion. And then brain tumor. Maybe these words are new for you, so underline these words. Tumor means TUMOR. Tumor. Tumor means your blood clotting, and due to blood clotting means when your blood are stuck in the nerves. So brain tumor leads to the brain hemorrhage. Okay, so in this lesson we have discussed about the two organs. Now I wrote few questions for you. You have to find answers of these two questions. Okay, so our topic was lungs and brain, and the questions 1 2 3 4 5, you are supposed to find these 5 questions from these two paragraphs, and you have to write these questions on the loose sheet. These questions are not from your exercise. Okay, this will be included in your quiz portion. Okay, how much human being breathes air every day? Okay, you have to find that how much human being can breathe air every day. You have to find the exact amount of air. Our next question is how lungs help us in breathing. In this question you have to write the whole process of lungs. Okay, like how lungs help us in breathing means how we can take in air and how we can get rid of the air. So which air is present which gas is present in the inhaling air, and etc. And then question number 3, why brain is called control center of our body? Okay, you have to find the answer of this question. There are so many organs in our body, but why we call only brain as the control center of our body? And then in how many parts our brain is divided? Okay, in how many parts our brain is divided? We have discussed in how many parts they are divided. Even we have discussed the functions of each part. What is the function of cerebellum? Cerebellum is the part of the brain, and you have to find the function of cerebellum. Okay, now your homework is you have to find the answer of these 5 questions. And one more thing, you have to practice on loose sheet of this diagram. Okay, just draw this diagram and try to memorize the labeling of this diagram. Okay, thank you.